People, deluded, I'm back again. Arsenal 3, Leicester City nil. That's our under 23s. Now I'm making this vid. Arsenal's full team, first team, sorry, is actually going to kick off to Leicester away from home. Hopefully we get 3 points. But back to the young guys. It was a good game, man. It was at the Emirates. These young professionals are aspiring to play at the Emirates and similar grounds on a consistent basis. It's also good for the fans to get to see the potential stars of tomorrow at the Emirates, and big up the fans and people that like youth football, the ones that are at the Boreham Woods, at the Emirates, and we played at Stamford Bridge a few weeks ago. Forgive me if I'm wrong, a few fixtures ago, and similar grounds. Congratulations to Everton as well for also winning this division. Commiserations to us because obviously they took our title. Would have been nice to possibly retain it, but it's been a season of promise on a general basis. It's been a good season from a lot of players. As you lot all know, at under 23s, Saka and Amici dominating. John Jules from last season had a good season at the under 18s level, has stepped up. There's been other players that have kicked on onto that under 23s level. There's been other players that have stood out, and yeah, man, Nketiah and players like that have been on fire. Obviously, Nketiah and Willock weren't involved today. They've obviously travelled with the squad, the first team, in regards to the Leicester fixture. But I felt we made a very fast start, at least where the under 23s are concerned, at the Emirates. Very fast start. I felt throughout the game, played some good football. We were just a level above Leicester, played some good football. I think we started fast and we ended well. I feel Leicester didn't really have anything. I think we showed we're a superior side in terms of possession. And literally, first couple of moments into the game, a good team move. Forgive me if I'm wrong, Saka was brought down. Gilmour smashes the penalty, and our very own Scottish Gerrard does his thing, man. And obviously, he's got a long way to go before he's Gerrard. It's a bit of humour, people. Please have some common sense. But he's a good player, model professional. Hopefully, he gets a new deal at the Emirates because I think his deal's running out at the end of the season. If not, I think he'll make a good young professional at another club because I've said it once and I'll say it again. I think Gilmour, and a lot of them, but I think Gilmour is a very grounded professional, very old head on young shoulders to go with his good technical ability. I think he'll be a good professional. Obviously, when you leave Arsenal and you go to another club, or you leave the top six or a Premier League club, there's the facilities and the way you're treated, and certain things are not going to be the same. I think Gilmour will take to it. Like I said, he's a young head on old shoulders. I think he's ready for senior football at some level, some place. So if he's not given a new deal, hopefully he ends up somewhere at a top level, which I'm sure he won't be short of suitors. But anyways, he's put the penalty away, and we deserved it. It's a fast start, 1-0. Second goal comes shortly after. Saka, who throughout the whole game, like I said, had a very good game, and fingers crossed he could be a good player eventually for us at first team level. Saka slips in John Jules. It's a lovely bit of play down the left hand side. All John Jules has to do is finish it, and both of them have had good seasons, to be fair with you. And obviously the third goal was a very good goal. I can't remember the centre half. That was it, Shafe? Forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't think it was Shafe, but we put together some lovely good team moves throughout the first half and played very confident. And I think it started from a long ball, a bit of fortune, but John Jules knocked it down. Saka eventually put the ball in the back, and it was about 3 passes. It was a good move, man. If that was at first team level, people would have been clapping and that all around the world. But Saka's scored and he's playing well. John Jules is doing his thing up front. Our midfielders, I think Shafe in particular at centre half, is playing some good passes. We're doing good. We're on a different level compared to Leicester. Leicester have started slow. We've scored 2 goals in the first 5, 3-0 within the first 10-15 minutes. Shut the game out. They're having to play catch up. For us, it's obviously down to us to remain professional. I know it's the last game of the season. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I know obviously the league's been decided. We're definitely not going to get relegated and we can't win anything. But it's down to us to remain professional. Like I said, give the fans a performance. From a personal, greedy point of view, keep a clean sheet and all of these sort of things. And we could have arguably scored more, man. 17th minute, I'll be fair to Leicester. They did have one counter which scared me, but it came to no avail. John Jules could have got a second in the first half, but he missed a tap-in, unlike him. So yeah, man, I think we were a threat from corners as well. I think we just dominated the game. There's really not much more to say on that front, people. It was a good showing for the fans and myself that went to the Emirates. It was a good showing for people that watched it being live streamed, which I believe Leicester's website was doing, people. That's all you got to do. You either got to see where the games are being played or check the away games, because more time, the away team, are streaming the games, the youth man games and that. So when you lot ask me these sort of things, please listen to what I'm saying. I get that question a lot. But Yeah, man. All in all, we had more chances to score, but it was a good performance as it has been at this level. Next season is going to be interesting, people, because obviously there's a lot of cases for players to be given chances in first team and kick on. But if we just look at Emerald Smith might stay at Smith Rowe, sorry, might stay at Leipzig. But if we just without knowing factual where these futures will be, let's just assume they're here, people. You obviously will have John Jules. Balogun will step up to 23s, and you've got Nketiah. It'll be interesting. All of them are trying to kick onto first team level, but it'll be interesting if they are still at the club and no one goes on loan, how we balance game time, people. Greenwood can play in a bunch of positions as well as up front, but you're thinking, how does it go for him? Now, he probably needs at least to start the season with the under-18s, and he'll grow as the season goes, but you get what I'm saying. You look at midfield, there's a lot of competition. You look at, there's going to be Saka, Amici, Emil, Nelson, Martinelli to come into the club if we listen to reports. Willock, who can play in midfield as well as a 10 role and stuff. So it's going to be interesting for Ljungberg and the team, how they balance game time at this level. It's going to be interesting to see what the club do in terms of loaning people out, bringing guys into the squad, integrating, because they're all developing at different rates. People need to understand. I think patience is overstated in football, but I also think it's underrated. All the players I've named, and you can see in the academies and them things there, they're developing at different rates. Different variables and pennies need to drop. Some develop faster and have tough periods. Some take longer and then they never stop going. Some people need to go on loan. Some people don't. Some people are better with more technical based players and to remain into the squad. There's different paths. There's not one linear path, and that doesn't go for Arsenal and the melting pot that these young players are in terms of trying to kick on to that level. That goes for football in general, for all young players. Like I said, I think patience is overstated, but I think it is very underrated in football, people. You can't underestimate patience in many aspects. But all in all, man, it'll be interesting to see what we do next season. It was a good way to end it. All in all, is a class above. Shout out to Freddie Ljungberg. If we look at some of his stats I saw, can't remember the Twitter account, not going to plagiarise and act like I found this myself, but they put some good stats for Freddie Ljungberg's first year as the boss. 22 games played, lost 5, drawn 7, so he's taken points from 17 out of 22. That's a very good thing. He's kept 8 clean sheets, conceded 36 and scored 48. So possibly we're still a side similar to first team where we're relying on outscoring sides. Maybe there's some work to be done in pre-season in terms of keeping clean sheets, maybe bringing in young players to play at that level. Obviously 23's it's a very interesting one because a lot of people are getting fitness and stuff like that, but if I just look at centre half, I mean defence, you've seen Tutu play on the left and the right. You've seen Mavropanos get game time because of fitness. You've seen Medley play at centre half predominantly and at left back. Ballard's made the role his own. Jenkinson's obviously had to get game time and things like that. And there'll be other players. You look at probably Swanson. Well, Swanson, he'd be too old for under-18s, but Swanson to kick on. Forgive me if I'm wrong. In fact, he might be able to play another year. But Swanson, Cotterill and Smith definitely be the two I'd say trying to sniff for some opportunities at under 23's level. In regards to stat leaders, Saka's played the most times with 20, I believe. Charlie Gilmore's played the most minutes, and then Nketiah scored the most goals. So yeah, man, it's nice to see. It's nice to see. Sorry for looking, people. I'm just checking the time. It's 11:45, so Arsenal aren't gonna play yet. But yeah. We killed them we killed Leicester really in the first 10 to 20 minutes in my opinion. 10 in terms of the scoreline, 20 in terms of gameplay. Good way to end the season, and all of these young players should be feeling good, man. John Jules has had a good season. He'll probably spend some time at under 23's, but he'll probably go with the squad to Dubai, but not to Dubai, on pre-season and them thing there. So he'll probably be bullish about his chances. And Nketiah's basically first team at the moment because he's on the bench against Leicester. Willock, all these guys, they'll be season of promise, a good season all in all, and I'd be keen to know how these lot are thinking in regards to next season. Where did they see their development? Did they see it here? Did they see it elsewhere? What did they personally feel went right and wrong? But it's all in a good work, man, and you lot know I love youth football, and to be honest with you, I know as the 23's football is over, I'd like to say a big thank you to you lot that come and check my stuff. You lot know it's a passion of mine to look at youth football and all of these sort of things, and you lot watch my stuff and praise and say I'm doing a good job, and just for your consistent support throughout the whole season. I thank you lot. Without you lot, can't do anything, people. But like I said, people, DG, I'm out.